like, which way does this go? Where's the name? How do I open it? Hey guys, welcome back. So I got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and I would say overall this week, I've really been enjoying neutral, grungy sort of makeup is how I would describe it. So overall, gray eye looks, just, yeah, a little bit smoky, I guess, and pretty basic cheeks. I really wasn't like focusing on the cheeks much this week, and then just a neutral lip, but kind of a warm tone neutral lip. So yeah, I don't know. Overall, I would call this grungy neutral is how I would classify this theme of makeup favorites this week. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm gonna spend the most time talking about eye favorites this week because I was kind of using the most eye favorites overall. That was kind of the focus of what I was playing with the most this week, was a combination of different things. So first off, the Colourpop palette in That's Taupe. This is so fun. If you love neutral taupey shades and kind of gray, like this sort of a color, then I think you'd really enjoy this palette. Now I will say I do get fading in the crease, especially with these shadows, and I don't think it's Colourpop. I think it's gray shadows. I don't know what it is about grays. They always fade on me more than any other color, just across all brands. Let me know if you've noticed that just something about grays or taupey grays. I'm not sure, it's just something I've noticed. So I do get a little bit of just, you know, not anything major, but I get some minor fading with it. So just FYI on that. So use a good primer for sure. But this one right here, no, not that one. I have this one in my crease, this one in my crease, and then a little bit of this in my outer corner. Also wore this week. And then I also wore this shade right here. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. It's like a super shock in a potted situation. Do y'all get tired of me talking about my dry hands? I mean, really? It's a very fixable thing. Just use some lotion, Leslie. It really ain't that difficult, but I don't ever notice until I come in here to talk about favorites and start swatching on my hand. That's like, holy moly, that ain't cute. Dry hands. Okay, so there are the swatches. So pretty. I mean, look at that. That one looks like cement. Such a grungy, fun gray color. Love, love, love it. These are a little bit more, like that one has more of a purpley undertone, so it's more on the taupey side. So you have options with this palette that you can go more to the taupey side. You could pair it with purples too and make it even more taupey purple. Or you can kind of concentrate more, you know, on something like this where you have more of those grays. And then the other shimmery colors, they kind of go, you know, different ways. Like this one's a little bit more purpley taupe, and then this one is a little bit more kind of gunmetal. So there are those. It's a really pretty palette. I love it. Also really enjoyed the Persona Identity palette. This is such a beautiful, I would say kind of more intense neutral palette because you do have quite a few deeper shades. I mean, I guess it really is kind of half and half, but these are pretty intense. So, I mean, you can definitely get some rich neutral eye looks with this palette. I mainly concentrated on this right here. These feel like silk. I mean, these have an incredible texture to them. That one right there, and then this one. This one's such a pretty shade. It is a purpley taupe. I mean, it totally goes with the That's Taupe palette. Look at how pigmented those are. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying to think if I mean, I've used this palette before and I don't notice fading with this one. So I think it's just those grays. So, I mean, you could just totally do a look with just this palette and not use the Colourpop one and get a really pretty look. So that's just FYI. Look how beautiful. I mean, those, you can see the rich pigmentation of them. That's dry. That's not with any kind of a setting spray. So you really don't even need a setting spray. And you can apply them with a brush or with your fingertip, and that's going to make them really intense. Oh, so gorgeous. So I have a little bit of this in my outer corner today and a little bit of this on my lid, but then I have it topped with something else. So I will share that with you in just a second. But yeah, blendable, easy to work with, gorgeous palette. They did redesign the packaging recently, so it used to have kind of a design on the front, and now it's this pretty sleek white plastic packaging that feels nice and sturdy. I thought the other was cute too. I like this. Both beautiful packaging, but just FYI, if it looks different to you, they did change the outside packaging on it, and they did send this to me, just FYI. Also from the Colourpop taupe collection, this Snake Eyes duo. Oh my goodness, this is stunning. So the Snake Eyes Super Shock Shadow Duo. And it comes with 2 different Super Shocks. Let me start with this one. I didn't use this one as much, but it's still gorgeous too. This is Kush. And it is a really pretty, just bright, icy sort of a color. Oh my goodness. Oh, Super Shocks. I think they're amazing. I mean, I feel like most people like Super Shocks, but you know, I'm sure people kind of feel one way or the other about them. They either really like them or kind of not a big fan of them, because they are a different sort of a formula. They're almost like a cream powder hybrid. I mean, they've been around for a long time, so you've probably tried them at some point. But anywho, that's a little tangent about Super Shocks. This is Ritz. So this is what I have on my lids today, and this is the one that I definitely use the most. Oh my gosh, this is the more sparkly one. So I think that's why I kind of gravitate towards this one, because those are my favorite Super Shock shadows, is when they are sparkly. Wowza. Oh, you know what? Looking at this in a swatch, this reminds me of Urban Decay Moondust shadow in Space Cowboy. It has that just super sparkly look to it, but with just a very neutral base. So I had it layered over that kind of taupey, silvery, light gunmetal color. And you can see just, you know, how it looks on my eyes. You see that color, that kind of taupey, silvery color coming through. Or I also wore it one day with a really light eye look, way less on my eyes than this, just had done something super quick. I think I put my blush favorite, yes, in the crease of my eyes that day. And then I put a little bit of this just on my lid, and it was a very soft, shimmery sort of a look. So loved that, which is also how I use and love Space Cowboy, is that it's very versatile. You can layer it over something, or it can be, I'm hooking my hair, or it can be used lightly with something else just by itself. And it's still a special, fun sort of an eye look, because you've got that shimmer, but it doesn't have an intense color base under it. So it's really versatile and fun to play with in different ways. So yeah, I would describe this one as an icy, what would I describe that as? Like an icy taupe. It's a really light icy taupe. And then I would describe this one as kind of a neutral, peachy champagne base, but it's very light. It's very, it's not intense in its base color, but then with a lot of shimmer and overall silvery shimmer. They're so fun. Oh my goodness, love them. Like I said, blush, I kept it pretty neutral. I really wasn't spending a lot of time on my cheeks or focusing on my cheeks a lot. So just something super neutral, easy, fast. I've mentioned this a gajillion times on my channel. It's one of my favorite blushes ever. Benefit Dallas. I have a little smaller size. Does it come in the bigger size or only in the mini? I can't remember, but I'll link it down below for you. I love the little mini size. I mean, it's perfect for travel, and it's still going to take you a long time to go through this, so I love the little minis. This is like the most easy, get you out the door sort of a blush color. I mean, like I said, you can use it in the crease of your eyes as a super quick, very neutral, light eye look. Love that about it. It's that blush bronzer sort of color that can just be a one and done step, that you just buff it on your cheeks. You can put it up on your forehead, on your neck, and it totally works. Yeah, it's got a satin sort of a finish to it. So love that about it. It's great. Yeah. I mean, I could go on and on about it, but I've mentioned it so many times. If you watch my channel, you know my love for Benefit Dallas. It's amazing. It has a nice light scent to it too. Perfumey, that I'm sure probably bugged me the first time I ever smelled it. because usually I'm not a big fan of perfumey scents in makeup. I don't mind vanilla or something like that, or even fruity. This is more just like a perfume, but I think I've used Benefit blushes for so long that I'm totally used to this scent. So now at this point, I think it smells good and I'm used to it. But just FYI, it does have kind of a perfumey scent to it. And then for lips, two very neutral favorites that I actually have layered together today, but they're beautiful individually. So first off is Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon. I'm like, which way does this go? Where's the name? How do I open it? In Enjoy the View. This is a very pretty terracotta, my favorite way to describe. It's like one of my favorite phrases to describe a color. Terracotta rose is how I would describe this color. It's beautiful. I'll show you in just a second. And then the other favorite, Maybelline, one of their matte lipsticks in Clay Crush. One of my favorites for fall. I mean, this is such a go-to. It is awesome. I love the formula of it, and I love the color. It is a warm, neutral terracotta. Light terracotta, sort of a nude. It's lighter than the other one. It's lighter than the ink crayon. So there they are. See, both so pretty. And you can tell that they pair together well. I mean, even in a swatch, they look like they go together. And then on my lips, I think they totally work. So I first put on this one, I actually put it all over my lips, but then I blotted the middle part of my lips and then applied Clay Crush. Struggled on that. Clay Crush on the middle part of my lips just for a little bit of an ombre sort of a look. Formula-wise, I would say they're kind of similar. I think the ink crayon starts out a little bit more cream finish, but then as you wear it, it definitely sets down to be that matte finish that's very low maintenance, that wears a really long time. So I think that this one kind of changes a little bit more in its sheen level as you wear it than the matte. The matte starts out more of a, I wouldn't say powdery, but it's definitely a matte lipstick, a very comfortable matte lipstick. Some of my very favorite matte lipsticks ever, the Maybelline ones, I mean, they're super affordable. Again, I've gone on about these for forever, so many times on my channel. So they're a great matte lipstick formula, but just FYI, you can even tell this one has a little bit more of a sheen to begin with, but then it sets down, has that great longevity. Between the two, I actually think the ink crayons stay on a little bit longer than the matte lipsticks, but these are still long wearing for a lipstick and just super low maintenance. Both of them are very low maintenance. They are awesome lip products. Okay guys, so those are all my favorites. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you've been loving or maybe not so much loving. Let me know what you've been up to recently. I would love to hear that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.